Good afternoon. You're listening to Claimingly English. I'm Nigel A. James. And now, Marga Frank and The Little Dream Man. Good radio stories are moments of magic. They conjure up pictures of fantasy and provide for emotions as well. And the best stories of all are the ones that send children to sleep with dreams in their pockets and smiles on their faces. And this was children's radio as it once was. And in Austria, all thanks to one woman, Marga Frank. Austria, 1955. Life was getting back to normal after the war. Radio was the #1 media. Marga Frank was in radio at the time, and her job was children's radio. And Marga Frank was given the job of starting a bedtime program for children, The Little Dream Man. And this was a very special show, a program of short bedtime stories. The Little Dream Man began at just before 7 every evening, and its little listeners loved it. The Little Dream Man's stories had the magical quality of bringing a high to the end of each day, and the Little Dream Man was loved by both children and adults alike. But the telling of good radio stories wasn't so easy as imagined. In fact, it was an art. Each Little Dream Man story had to last for exactly 4 minutes and 45 seconds. Each story had to be original, and of course, each Little Dream Man episode had to conform to Marga Frank's very high standards as well. And it was this that made the Little Dream Man successful. And that wasn't all. The Little Dream Man was broadcast daily from Monday to Friday, and that meant 225 brand new stories each year. And that was a challenge. But everything always happened on schedule. And as the years went by, so did the stories. And the generations moved on as well. The Little Dream Man was so popular that it ran for almost 40 years. And with time, its first little listeners grew up to become the grandparents of the last little listening dreamers. But all good things must come to an end. And sadly, it was television that took the Little Dream Man away. And Marga Frank? She was still with us until just a few years ago, and with her more than 90 years was able to look back upon a life of providing great pleasure for millions of happy little listeners. And Austria too said thank you in a very big way. Marga Frank was awarded the Austrian Medal of Honor for her work, the highest honor of all. And quite rightly so, for Marga Frank had sent millions of children to bed every night, with smiles on their faces and wonderful dreams in their pockets. Marga Frank and the Little Dream Man. Written and read by Nigel A. James.